What's up, guys? It's the Brazilian brothers of MACkiteboarding, and today we have a super exciting kite comparison. We are comparing the F-One Trigger Brainchild to the Harlem Thrive. Even though both of these kites were designed by Ralf Groesel and made at the Brainchild factory, they perform drastically differently, and we're super excited to walk you through their differences in terms of jumping ability, looping ability, and overall ease of use. If you've been watching our reviews, you know that both of these kites bring substantial innovation into the kite world. This is mainly because they're both built with the novel Pro Weld construction. This allows Brainchild to ultrasonic weld the panels of the leading edge together. The Pro Weld technology, in combination with the use of novel materials, has allowed Brainchild to make the Trigger one of the lightest five-strut kites in the market, and it has also allowed them to make the Thrive one of the lightest kites in the market, period. The other cool piece of innovation is the fact that both of them were printed digitally. Not only is this a more sustainable process of printing, but it's also allowed Brainchild to make these really cool designs. Both of these kites really stand out in the water, but personally, we prefer the design of the Trigger over the Thrive. In terms of jumping and overall lift, the Trigger is the clear winner. The five-strut platform allows for much better jumping potential and overall lift. The Thrive is a faster kite, which makes it a much more technical kite when it comes to loops and overall lift. We are able to go higher and come down more softly, on average, way more consistently on the Trigger versus the Thrive. In terms of looping, both kites are amazing, and we actually have them at a tie. They're definitely amongst the best looping kites in the market, without a doubt. The Thrive is the fastest kite out of the two, being the fastest kite we have ever tried. The Trigger does make up for it because it is incredibly intuitive during the loop. It has a really consistent power delivery. The Thrive, even though it's really fast during the loop, does have a good bit of yank and pull if you don't crank that bar all the way. The Trigger has the same exact pull no matter how much you pull the bar and no matter how much wind you're out there on. In terms of bar management, both kites also perform very differently. The Thrive has more deep power and makes it an easier kite to handle in overpowered conditions. The Trigger has a longer deep power throw, which allows you to retain good control over the kite even with the bar fully sheeted out. We prefer this longer throw because it makes kite loop board offs a lot more accessible. You're able to retain control over the kite loop whilst having the other hand on the board. In terms of ease of use, we choose the Trigger as the winner. At our level, it is a more accessible kite for big air progression. The five-strut platform provides the Trigger the perfect balance between speed and overall lift. The Thrive is incredibly fast, which makes it a more technical kite to deal with, especially in the smaller sizes. Overall, we would choose the Trigger at the 9-meter squared size and smaller, and the Thrive in anything over a 9-meter. The Trigger, like I said, has the perfect balance between speed and overall lift, which makes it an amazing kite for anybody who's trying to progress in big air. The speed of the Thrive makes it hard to manage it in the smaller sizes, but it does make an amazing kite to progress on in the bigger sizes. The speed of the kite makes the 10-meter Thrive loop as well as most 8-meter kites in the market. Thank you so much for watching this comparison between the Trigger and the Thrive. And make sure to subscribe to MACkite's YouTube channel and to follow the Brazilian brothers on Instagram. We have a ton of awesome comparisons coming your way, including the new Evo D-Lab and the Thrive, as well as the Peak and the Rebel. Stay tuned because you're not gonna wanna miss it.